who it is, Lana Quest.
Hey!
The reason why everybody is here, Lana
Uh,
Quest.
you know that's just not true. I don't know why you
I
do
know that is true. Absolutely.
No,
Yeah.
you bring all
Yeah.
your buddies over from TikTok.
Yeah, well, all my buddies over at TikTok tell me they said the only reason why they watch my stupid
Yeah, right.
YouTube show is because of Lana Quest.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
how are you, Lana?
Good. How are you?
I'm all right. We're talking about how exhausted we are for
Yeah.
numerous reasons, but everything is good. Everything's good. Katrina's here. Look at here. She's here from us both. I told everybody when I was on TikTok, I said, if you like me, come over to watch Black and White
Thank
with
you,
Brian Rundle Lana
Katrina.
Quest. Because you'll love Lana. You won't even like me anymore. But
Yeah, right.
but anyway, Lana,
Okay.
I don't know. Do you want to just jump right into it?
Let's go. I'm just trying to share the link here, so that's why I keep looking down. I'm not ignoring you.
You take your time. You do what you need to do.
You can jump
But there has been an apparent ceasefire in Gaza, Lana, that everybody is either celebrating or trying to be forced to celebrate.
in.
I don't know. I'm not really sure yet what to think about the ceasefire. If I was not mistaken, that today I've already saw that there were Israeli soldiers that continued the fight against Palestinians today. So I don't know if do we mark that down as an official ceasefire?
No, we do not.
No. Okay. So that doesn't happen yet.
Because there's no ceasefire. What are you talking about? I'm confused. The thing that he did yesterday. Oh no, that's not a ceasefire. You mean a
Well, I
hostage?
am told, Lana, that we're already setting up for the Nobel Peace Prize next year because of this.
That shit was
I
hilarious.
don't
It was
know.
like peace was all over the screen. It's just like peace, peace, peace. I was like, what the frick? It's like a B movie. It was just awful.
Well, I do have a question, a couple questions for you, Lana, because I know you're smarter than me, and
Not
maybe you can
true.
help me. That is true.
Okay, keep going.
There you go. She's got she's smarter, she's better looking than me. She's got the whole fucking
That
package.
is true.
That is true. She'll give me that one. That one because Lana gets to wake up every morning and go, yeah. I mean, look at me still. Fire. I look at myself and say, what the fuck happened? Anyway, Lana, I do have a couple of questions. All right. The first question is, and I did see somebody post this, and I said, it's actually a good point. And they were like, maybe this is where the Democrats do have a messaging problem, is that during the Biden administration, over 140 hostages were released in negotiations that he had made in the Israel-Palestine conflict. Donald Trump has 20, and we're celebrating this like this is the greatest accomplishment in American history, but we're not bringing up Joe Biden's 140 plus. Why is that?
I mean, but we can't do that now, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like
Why?
that, because that doesn't make sense. Like, it's irrelevant. The time to do it was when Biden did it. But, and here lies the problem. We have a presidency that's not like any other presidency. Hostage swaps and releasing prisoners is what presidents do. I don't
Right.
think has there ever been a sitting president in recent history that has not had that, you know what I mean? Who hasn't had hostages released? Like it's just something that's done. So I don't, Bush didn't make a big to do about it.
Right.
Biden didn't make a big to do about it because it's what you do.
They didn't put it on billboards. They didn't. They
Right.
didn't
And
say
it's
I
still,
need the.
yeah,
They didn't
yeah.
say that I have to have the Nobel Peace Prize because
Exactly. So I don't think it's our messaging problem. I think Trump uses everything as a production. I don't even believe when Rubio handed him that piece of paper, I guarantee that was staged. None of that
There's
was real.
no question.
Yeah, none of this is real. What we're looking at in real time is like them creating a narrative in front of our eyes, and the media is like, where
Yeah,
do you want me to go now? Like, that's what we're looking at. Like, I'm like, so at the end of the day, this is just a hostage swap? I mean,
right.
thank God. I mean, that's great. But that's literally what we have here.
That's what we have here. So that is my first question. And you brought up the Rubio thing, handing him the piece of paper. I know you're a fan of The Office. That gave me
And
the
the
vibes
paper.
too.
And the
Huh?
paper. And the paper. The
Oh,
news.
and the paper. Have you watched the paper?
Oh, I'm finished with the paper. I love
Is it
it.
that good?
Oh my God, it's great.
Really? I've not watched the
Oh
paper.
no, it's
So
so
maybe
good.
I've got to get into it.
Yeah, you
But do
do.
you remember the scene where Michael realized that every time Pam handed him a note during a meeting, he thought it was cool? So he made Pam just write notes that were nothing and hand it to him in the middle of a meeting so Michael can look cool. He's fucking Michael Scott, but not a likable Michael Scott.
Seriously. Seriously.
He's such a fucking clown. Oh, Carrie's here. Thank you, Carrie. The other question I have is that this feels like, first of all, Biden had already negotiated this ceasefire. And I want to play this. First of all, let's play this clip because this was during that time when Biden had negotiated the ceasefire. This was a PBS reporter, and they were talking about this, and this is what she had to say.
Secretary of State Blinken is over there right now working with Netanyahu. The reporting is that former President Trump is on the phone with the Prime Minister of Israel, urging him not to cut a deal right now because it's believed that would help the Harris campaign.
I mean, first of all, what kind of fucking American does that? Forget about American presidential candidate. But this is how petty and pathetic this piece of shit is. And this is a reporter. And people can go, well, you don't know if it's true or not. That, I believe, is 100% true. That absolutely happened.
1,000%. 1,000%.
So my question to you is, we're talking about 9 months later, when this was about a year ago, when she said this, that they could have did this peace deal. So now we're talking about 9 months into his presidency. Why are we giving credit to basically a referee stopping a fight where the guy knocked somebody out and he's been pummeling the guy while he's knocked out for 9 months? Like, why does, and I'm asking this, I'd ask this really about any American president. Why are we giving the American president credit for a war that was over 9 months ago?
Right.
By saying that he stopped it.
Those people would they're dying, dead, starving, like, and he just kind of like, in now's the time. And they said that Netanyahu didn't even sign this friggin' like, we knew it was a farce when he sent Jared Kushner over there. It's just like all of it is just and I'm just listening to the news, and they're like, he's so strong. Nobody was able to get this done. Biden wasn't able. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? He had hostages released and was on the verge of getting it done until, like you said, Trump was like, Bibi, I'll take care of you. Because everything is negotiable. We listened to Donald Trump call the president of Mexico and say, just say that you're going to pay for the wall. I know you're not going to do it, but just say it. Say it for the media. This is all.
What about the top election official in Atlanta? Just say we need to find 11,000 votes. I mean, again, it hurts people with brains, how people are not clearly seeing what is happening in this country. And too many people believe that they're on a team and that they're winning with this team. But what they don't understand is they are basically on this team so they can carry the equipment for these people until they say, we don't need you anymore, and cut them from the team.
Mm-hmm. It's absolutely right.
It's,
Absolutely right.
it's unbelievable.
It's disgusting. Like it's truly disgusting because I feel bad for the Palestinians because it's
Oh,
not it's not over for them, and they're literally looking to take that land and to ethnic cleanse those people.
no question. And no, I have no doubt that Donald Trump's only care about this whole thing is so he
Yeah.
could somehow build buildings there
Yeah.
and get things going there financially.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why he gives a shit about this. Now, one thing I am very confused about, because I don't really get into the Israel Palestine thing other than feeling horrible about people being killed for for a war, B, for religious reasons, and I don't understand any of this. I find it all ridiculous and nonsense. But how I forgot what I was going to say, Lana. See, this cold's killing me.
I'm
What was I
sorry.
saying, Lana?
We were talking about something that you don't understand, and you don't get into the Israel Gaza thing because of something.
Oh, what I was saying is that I am happy that I don't understand why I have to either over the top love the Jewish people or I need to hate
Right.
the Jewish people. I'm
Right.
glad I don't understand any of that. Like, why do I need to take a side on I'm pro Palestine? No, I'm pro Israel. Why can't we just be pro human and understand that this is terrible for both sides? I'm thrilled that I am not in the figuring out that I need to take a side in this thing. Do you understand why any of this? I mean, I know it's religious shit, I guess, right?
I mean, you can be pro Israel and not pro Netanyahu, right?
Right. Yes. And
Support
there's
Jew-
plenty of, yep.
yeah, you support Jewish people. I mean, a lot of them don't.
Ron Stewart is somebody that would be a prominent.
Right, a lot of them don't like him and don't like what he was doing because
He's
he
the
knows
Trump of Israel.
exactly. You see how Trump said he should get a pardon? That's why we know he's
Right.
not stopping the war. Like we always knew that it's not beneficial to him not to be in a war. So he was never going to stop doing what he's doing to Gaza because now what he's got to face the fire. No, like he
So what
wasn't.
happens if they stop during the Biden administration, that they stop this war and they get a ceasefire in place and they pass that border bill? Does that make a difference in the election, do you think?
Which border bill? What are we talking
The
about?
border bill that they literally were going to pass,
Oh,
it
you
was
mean
that
Biden?
Langford bill.
We're talking about Biden?
Yeah, it was the
Oh,
Langford bill under the Biden administration that they were going to pass, and Donald Trump called Mike Johnson and said, "You cannot let this pass." It was, I mean, Langford he was a Republican. It was a bipartisan bill that they had already worked out. And Donald Trump called Mike Johnson and said, "You cannot let this pass." Mike Johnson did his thing, and they did not pass that bill. It went through the Senate. And they said, nope, went back to the House, and the House said, nope, we can't do it because Donald Trump says no, we can't do it. So I am curious to wonder if that bill passed and if they did have a ceasefire in 2024, if it would have made a difference.
you mean if Kamala, we're talking about with Kamala running?
Yeah,
No,
because it didn't take much for her to win.
I know. I don't know. I don't think so.
Because you still had those anti-Palestinian or those pro-Palestinian people who were anti-Kamala, who still show up at this woman's when she's trying to promote a book. They're still screaming at her about Palestine, and she's looking at them like, "I'm not the president, you dumb fucks."
Yeah, I don't think there were enough to sway the vote. I don't think I don't think so. I don't think it mattered. I think that the people who voted for Trump were, I think that it was like those bros, right? I think they kind of tipped the scale. It was like people sitting home, those bros, like did the bros really care about what was happening over there, or they just thought Donald Trump was like going to release some pedophiles and some other shit, and you can't get, I don't know if that would have, because they would have just moved on to something else. Like I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe you're right. And it's maybe almost better to have that thought. But it's funny, and you said those bros, because I remember you and I talking about it at that time, and I clearly remember saying that it looks like they are attacking these young men. However, I do remember saying to myself and to you, I was like, I'm not sure I'm as worried about these guys, because they want to talk politics, but I don't think they're really going to get involved. I don't think they're really going to get up and go to the voting poll and vote. But unfortunately, enough
they
of them
fooled us. Right. We didn't think so. We thought that, and the pollsters thought as well, like, those aren't the people that are going to be consistent and get up, but they actually did. They were like a sleeper cell.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was like. So, all right. Anyway, what's that?
Oh, no, I was just going to say, I remember during the election day when they were going to different colleges and stuff, I was like, oh, I don't like the way this looks. Like, it didn't look good. It didn't.
You and I were on different page, because I told you, I walked, you and I got on that night for a little bit. I'm like,
I was scared.
We're good. And you're like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I'm like, no, I'm in Florida. I feel good. She's in Massachusetts. Like, what?
Well, because I saw Philly, like I saw a line in Philadelphia, and they were asking the people in line in Philadelphia, young Black women, asking them who they were voting for. And a lot of them wouldn't say. And I'm like, they're voting for Trump. They're voting for Trump because they thought it was cool. Like it's like they just didn't get it. They thought it was like, he's so funny.
Well, there's another thing too, that if half of Americans, at least half of them, understood the economy, they would know that we had a very good economy, and we were going back to everything that we needed to be in this economy. And they voted saying, no, our economy sucked, we're paying too much, and now these fucking morons are paying more money, Lana.
And the Black unemployment is up. There's that. Highest it's been since 2021.
That's crazy.
Thank you, Trump.
Yeah. Thanks, Trump.
Thanks, Trump. Yep. Blacks for Trump. Now what? He's fired you all in DI.
Right. It's insane. It's insane. It's crazy. But anyway, speaking of crazy, here's Donald Trump talking about, for some reason, we are helping out Argentina. And Trump was talking about Scott Bessent, who is leading basically our money in our country right now. Here's him talking about Scott Bessent and us helping Argentina.
And then he called me, he wanted a lot more. And I said, when does it stop? When will it stop? And it stopped with him winning. And he's become very popular. And he's on the verge of a breakthrough, I think. I think he's really on the verge of tremendous economic success. And I know that Scott Bessent is helping. And our great Scott is doing a job, and he feels very strongly about it.
So I played this clip, Lana, because a lot of these MAGA people wear not just MAGA t-shirts and hats, but it's America first. America first. Everything's America first. And they love America. Well, right now, farmers, especially soybean farmers, are struggling because of Donald Trump's tariffs. So the third largest country for soybean production is Argentina. Mm-hmm. And China, since we have decided to fuck around with them and put heavy tariffs on them, said, okay, fuck you, America. We are now going to buy our soybeans from China. And just about over a week ago, Donald Trump and this administration, for some reason, gave a $20 billion bailout to Argentina. Did you follow that, Lana?
Yeah, China's buying soybeans from Argentina.
Yeah.
And also now we're bailing out Argentina.
But not the farmers.
Yeah, we are bailing them out too, aren't we? Like I think that we're bailing.
But we're eventually somewhat going to, But you know what? First of all, fuck those farmers, because this happened to them the first fucking time and go around. We had to bail them out the first time. And everybody that wants to bitch and complain about having to send their tax dollars to these undocumented immigrants, which is extremely low. What about the tax dollars that we have to keep sending to these farmers who keep voting for the guy who keeps fucking them over?
Exactly. And that really wants them to lose their fucking land so him and his friends can buy it up. Like, it's just the only reason they're bailing these farmers out is because it's a big to-do with, the MAGA crowd. So they're going to bail these guys out. But like you said, why the fuck you keep voting for a guy who put you in this position? Pull yourselves up by your bootstraps, because you're the same fucking people who are like, I don't know why we paying off these school loans, why they need to get paid out and get help. And you've gotten bailed out twice. Like, what the
fuck? The farmers are the new welfare queens, Lana.
Exactly. Freaking ridiculous. And now we're bailing out Argentina, meanwhile firing our workers.
And I'll be honest, and just from what I'm seeing, and I may be wrong, but I don't know if they get the same bailout they get last time to where they're able to keep their farms, because I do believe that there is a possibility that this is a setup where big farmers are going to buy out these small farmers. And it is clearer and clearer. And even if it's not true, Lana, the fact that there's at least some evidence that we are heading towards some sort of oligarchy should stop people in their tracks and say, we need to fucking start taking this way more seriously and stop watching TV as if this is some sort of fucking reality show. This is fucking reality. That's the difference. It's fucking annoying. All right. So anyway, this is another thing where we're talking about America first. We're also talking about the Constitution. We're talking about freedom of speech. We're talking about all this stuff that we heard from the so-called patriots for the last, I don't even know how many fucking years, that they thought they were the arbiters of patriotism and religion and all the other things that are American, the flag and all this shit. This is an American president basically telling everybody that he's going to withhold funds from a state if a candidate wins the mayoral race that he does not like. This is fucking insane.
It comes through the White House. The funding for New York and for every place comes through the White House. And I'm very generous, and I was always very generous with New York, even when you had opposition there, but I was always very generous. But I wouldn't be generous to a communist, a guy that's going to take the money and throw it out the window, because you're talking about hundreds of billions of dollars. And we're not going to let somebody get into office and squander the taxpayer money from this country. We're not going to let it happen. So it's a little bit like that with, if you take a look at Argentina, if the president doesn't win, I know the person that he'd be running against, I believe, probably. We probably have the person. The person is extremely far left and a philosophy that got Argentina into this problem in the first place. So we would not be generous with Argentina if that happened. If he loses, we are not going to be generous with Argentina.
He's literally meddling in Argentina's elections right now.
It's insane. And New York's?
And you're going to override what the people want and say, I don't want it because it's not good. Y'all are voting, but you don't know what you want. So I'm just going to, what the fuck is this? Don't want to say something bad, but this is what California still has not gotten their aid from those friggin' fires. They are still awaiting aid because he won't get it to them.
Here's the thing. What do the people in California that need that aid, or anybody else that voted for Donald Trump, say?
I don't know. I know
Gavin
every
Newsom's fault? Have they been programmed to blame Gavin Newsom?
I don't know, but I know that these blue states may want to stop funding the government. Just don't send them your money. Don't send it. Why are
I,
we
I
sending money?
agree.
Because he's talking about he's withholding money. He's withholding money that we're literally paying into, right? Like we're
Right.
paying into that fund. We're paying the government. It's almost like a rainy day fund that every state is paying for, and the blue states are paying more money to cover Mississippi and West Virginia because they can't do it, and we're getting that's why we're getting it's almost like an insurance. So he acts like he's taking that money from his actual pocket when we're paying into the government. Like I don't what the fuck is happening here? Like it's maddening. Why vote for Republicans to go to Congress if they do nothing? Republicans, independents, don't vote for these motherfuckers because what's the point of having them?
But it doesn't matter though, Lana. That's the psychology is what they have won with. They've won with psychology, and it is something that is way more important to them, and that is making sure that liberals get snubbed out because all they want for this country is boys playing in girls sports and what they deem as illegal immigrants voting in Democrats, and we've got to stop that. And they're also attacking the very undereducated people in this country. Now, that doesn't mean that the higher educated people can't be fooled either, because I've seen higher educated people get fooled. But there's enough of the lower educated people that all they have to do is put together a spin machine, which is now clearly backed by multi-billions of dollars by people who live here and people who do not live here. And they want to make sure that America is turning into what it's turning into. It is clearly happening right under our noses. And some of us see it and some of us don't. And there's enough of us that don't see it that they have no idea what they're fucking walking into. We've used the analogy many times. We are on the Titanic. You and I and everybody in this chat knows about the fucking iceberg. They're laughing at us when we're trying to tell them about the iceberg. The ship goes down for all of us, you fucking idiots. And it's hard. It's just hard. It's hard to, I don't know. It's hard to express it without being angry, without saying things that you really don't want to say. And I don't know. And it just makes you think differently about this country. It makes you think differently about this world. Now, Lana has had a different experience in this country than I have. And, so it is expanding to so many people. And I don't know, man. I don't know. What do we do? Are we, Lana, let me ask you, because I told you you're smarter than me. Are we getting through this? Are we winning this eventually?
Winning and getting through are two different things.
You explain that to me.
Because getting through, we're going to get through, right? Like eventually we will get through. There's no time limit on the getting through. If you're talking about winning the 2026, midterms, that's different.
All right, let me rephrase. Are we getting through within the next 4 years?
Let me say this. We're going to get through this. We're going to have some very dark days, and it is going to get fucking worse. Like
the days are dark now.
I mean, it's going to be horrible. This country, the Black people were enslaved. They must have had conversations of, are we going to ever get through this? Our offspring, or, are they going to be enslaved as well? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter, because what we have to do is day to day. Like literally, we have to just day to day keep fighting. Like there is not going to be tomorrow. Like we just have to keep going. You don't stop. You know what I mean? The sun's going to come out tomorrow regardless, right?
All right,
Trump's not going to live forever. We're going to we will get through it. We just have to keep fighting. Like I mean, I just keep going back to those other times, the Holocaust, civil rights movement. Those people went through so much more than
Yeah.
what this is bad. Don't get me wrong, but that was so much worse.
Yeah.
Lynching picnics after church was so much worse than what the fuck we're going through right now. So it almost seems minuscule to complain about this because it definitely is uncomfortable and it's definitely going to hurt. We're not being lynched. I'm not being lynched right now. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, so maybe that gives me the strength to keep going on because those fucking people kept going on. My ancestors kept going on. Like, there is no, we're gonna get through this. Hell yeah, we're gonna get through it. Obviously, may not be in the time you want. I don't know, but we're gonna get through it. We absolutely are.
This is why I ask a lot of questions. This is why I say every fucking time, when you're going to watch this show, you might go, okay, hey, Brian, I know Brian, but you're watching it because of Lana. What you remember, Lana? Don't roll your eyes. Do you remember when the day after the election, I text you? I'm like, ugh. Oh no, we talked. I'm like, man, so you okay? You're like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong? What are you talking about? You're fine. You're like, oh shit, we've been through this shit for a long time. I'm like, no, Lana. And you're like, no, Brian, shut the fuck up.
No, we're gonna get through it. You know, and what really needs to happen in this country, and it's just a quiet thing that no one's talk about, is, you know, when more white people become impacted, like, you know, you're feeling it, and we seeing a white priest get hit on his fucking head, right? Like, when it starts to impact your community, that's when the message starts to break through.
And you know what, Lana, let me ask you, and just straight up, and you'll say it. I mean, is this, do we kind of need this?
Yeah, of course we do. You got to burn to the ground.
Well, we kind of needed it. We needed it.
Yeah, it's right. It's going to burn to the ground, and then we have to rebuild. We can't. It has to. People have to wake up. Too many sleepwalkers. This is what we need.
And people will wake up, is what you're telling me.
I think people are starting to. I'm not saying everyone, but I mean, there are a lot of people with this health.
When we get through it, I'm talking about at the point where we decide we are through this. You're saying that more people are waking up that were asleep.
Yeah, because I do think that people do not like what they're saying with the immigration. Like, I think MAGA are horny about it because that's just MAGA's jam. But I think like normal, regular people are like, wait a minute, this is just a little too much, right? Like, it was almost the same thing. Remember during COVID when we weren't sure that people were understanding what the fuck Trump was doing, but can't come election time, people are like, oh, hell no, right? Like, they were just out there. And I kind of think like this may surprise us. I think there's quietly, there are people who are not day to day looking and talking about it, but in the back of their heads, they're like, yeah, I'm just going to vote this motherfucker out when I get a chance. You know, we may get, because I have people like that. They don't talk. They're not doing what we do, but they're paying attention to it. They're not marching, but they're fucking knowing that this dude's out of control and they can't wait to vote him out. So I think, and we've been winning too. So that's a good sign, right?
Well, I tell that to people all the time that, you know, because, you know, I'm on that TikTok and I talk to people and they come up and go, how does it? Yeah, I am on TikTok.
He's a star, guys, on TikTok. I think I need an autograph or something.
You what?
I said, I think you're a star on TikTok. Do I need an autograph?
No. I'm a small fish on TikTok. Very, very small fish. But I do have a nice following and they are very lovely people and very, very kind. You know, I hear these people all the time go, how does it feel that you guys keep losing? I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not sure that you're paying attention, which actually gives me more hope, because that turns out exactly what the rub is, right? When it comes to the midterms, is that these morons only know about elections when Donald Trump is involved in it. When
Right.
he's not involved in it, they have no idea what the fuck is happening. And for the most part, Democrats have dominated special elections since and every other election. And again, in the midterms, Donald Trump's not going to be involved in the midterms. So we're going to see exactly how that works out. Now, I am still very, very, very nervous that they are working on, no, they aren't working. They've been working on years ago, if they ever got into this position, how do we make sure we do not lose 2026?
Right.
And I am very concerned about a party that has allowed shit like this to happen year after year after year after year without doing anything about it to stop it. What are they doing to make sure that this doesn't happen? I don't know that they can. Can they do anything, Lana?
Right, because they're like in the minority. So it's just like, what do they do? And in those states, you know, Congress is done. They're not doing shit. They want to keep their jobs, which is kind of crazy.
Well, now the states with the blue governors can help. That's why New Jersey.
Right. Hopefully, we get a good outcome with California.
Well, that's going to happen. I'm not worried about that. But I did see a report today that freaked me out a little bit. Is that now you have North Carolina, who's going to be redoing their entire maps, and that Republicans can pick up another 19 seats due to gerrymandering. Now, that may have been just with the states that are considering doing it now. But if New York and Illinois and other states like this get involved in doing it, then maybe you can recounter, who knows? But I think what we do know, what we've always known about elections, especially for Democrats, if there is a high turnout, Democrats will win. And I can't imagine that this will not shatter records for turnout in the midterms.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I hope so. And I hope like Republicans are depressed and don't go out to vote, because Trump is, I mean, it's the midterms anyway, but.
And some of them are depressed. I will tell you, every once in a while, and it is eye-opening and it is refreshing, that we do get some people when I'm talking to them one-on-one on this thing, and they say they voted for Trump, but they definitely are voting for Democrats in the midterms. Or some of them say, I don't know if I could vote for the Democrat, but I'm definitely not voting for them in the midterms. Who knows? That could be, something. But listen, we still have a year to go. We have major protests happening on Saturday. I am interested to see what the turnout is going to be for this weekend. I have a feeling it's going to be probably the largest protest of people in American history at this at one particular day. Are you getting that feeling too?
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Because it's gonna be.
It's just hilarious that they're like the fascists protesting. It's like, no kings is definitely not fascism.
And they're all showing up in frog costumes. And
I hope
so. It's so funny. It is. Portland's cracking me up. I'll be honest with you. It's hilarious what they're doing there.
That ride was hilarious. It's like, oh my God, these people are naked. Lying down.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute, is that legal? Are they allowed to do that in Portland?
I'm like, what the fuck?
I know.
Go Portland.
I saw it on Twitter too. I'm like, wait, are you even allowed to show this on Twitter?
Right. Ooh, gosh. Yeah, that was a lot.
I'm not riding on that bike seat, that's for sure. But here is, by the way, another one. Donald Trump announcing that he's the greatest president of all time.
She said I was the greatest president in her lifetime. Now, she's not that old, so I didn't consider it a great compliment, but I've had better.
Can we send her a hat?
Well, recently I've had the greatest president of them all. I like that much better.
Mr. President?
Does that include Washington and Lincoln? Yes, sir, it does. I said, I like that person. So I think she's a joke.
Okay. More nonsense from this fucking idiot. And again, like I said numerous times, I don't know who listens to this guy and say he's awesome other than losers.
Right. Why? I don't know, because I don't understand what he says half the time, but they love him. Oh, they love him. I don't know.
I don't speak MAGA.
I
Lana,
mean,
go ahead.
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I don't know. I was just thinking, it's like, Trump's got resorts in Qatar. He's got resorts in Indonesia. He's got like resorts. He's got a plane from Qatar. Now they're putting an air base in Idaho. And it's just like, MAGA is just like, oh, I don't. Why is this okay? Again, like I don't.
Because they don't understand. They've made it clear for fucking 10 years now, Lana. They don't understand what's happening. They have no clue other than what their orange daddy tells them. That's it. They don't know what's happening. I hear it on a fucking nightly basis. They have no idea what is happening in this country. And one day they know that they are running towards that finish line as fast as they fucking can. That's why they're trying to implement as much of this Project 2025 as quickly as they can. So that way, even the fucking morons who vote for them, it's going to be too late. And they're going to say, now they're going to come running to me and you, Lana, and people in the chat and everybody else that's watching that is on our side and going, we're sorry. What do we do? I'm like, what do we do? Exactly. The fucking Titanic is in half. It is going down. We are in the middle of the fucking ocean. There's nothing we can do now, you idiots.
You know what's crazy? If Biden ever up to a podium on microphone and said that the half of the country Republicans were gnats, and that he may have to fire some people, not the Democrats, just the Republicans, like I would think that he had lost his mind. You know what I mean? Like Democrats would never support that. We would never be like, yeah.
No.
Trump says half the country he could give a shit about. Well, he really don't give a shit about them. But if to verbalize, he's going to verbalize hatred towards Democrats and says that he hates Democrats. But he's the president. Like he
calls them vermin.
It's so
the same word that fucking Hitler used.
Like, why doesn't that bother you as a, like you said, human, that the president does not care about what happens in states that are blue that also contain Republican? Like, it's just, I don't know.
Again, racism and bigotry, Lana, are obviously a very, very powerful thing. Lana, in your lifetime, I maybe I don't want to ask a question that's too personal that I don't know about, but I know your intelligence. I'm pretty sure I know. Have you ever been severely addicted to drugs?
No.
No. Would you imagine that if you were, it would be very, very hard to get off of that and to... That's what it is. These are people who are addicted to drugs. They've been doing it for so long, and it's so part of their system that they don't know how to get out of it.
Yeah.
There's no rehab center for these idiots.
It's a
until they can't afford to live in their houses anymore. That's their only rehab center.
I don't think so. Remember during the hurricane? That man was like, I don't trust FEMA. Trump said FEMA's going to take my house. He had mold and fungus and water coming inside the house, and he wouldn't let FEMA help him because Trump said FEMA was bad. So they could take their house. They don't care. Like someone said, MAGA would give Trump their daughters, their young daughters. Like
Yeah.
they would. They would.
Oh, Lana, I had a discussion with a gentleman the other night, and we were talking about Donald Trump walking in on the young ladies, and
No.
we're bragging about it. And I
No.
asked him, I said,
Not
"Do you have
young
daughters?" He said, "I had 3 grown daughters." I said, "If your daughter came home to you and said, 'Dad, I was in this beauty pageant, Donald Trump walked in and he was just staring at us and he wouldn't leave and we were naked,' what would you say? Would you still vote for him?" He said, "Well, I'd have to ask where was the father, and I would have to ask, what was the." I was like, "You've got to be fucking." So wait a minute. You're telling me, and he was even saying, "How do I know Donald Trump wasn't lying on that interview?" And how I said, "So you're trusting Donald Trump over your fucking daughter?" It's unreal.
That's crazy. And they're not even ladies, right? Like a lot of them were not young ladies because, you know what I mean? There's no such thing as an underage woman or an underage lady. It's like it's a child.
Well, there is something to clear up because I think a lot of people get that mixed up. The one that he was bragging about on Howard Stern was what you would consider the adult women. That's the one. But he also ran the Miss Teen USA pageant, and he was accused by 5 young girls, saying he was just walking through and we were getting change. Now, the one he was being interviewed about was about the adult women. So, yeah.
Right.
Yep.
But he did say sex with troubled teens is the best sex ever.
Yep.
So take from that what you will.
Right. Yeah. And and then when you want to throw in the Epstein thing, which by the way, it's going to get interesting when this stuff comes out. I am so interested or concerned as to whether or not there's a way, and we talked about this last week, Lana, and you've got me convinced that we're good, that even if they scrub everything, that somebody has copies of everything here.
Yeah, but how does that get out? That's my thing. You know what I mean? So like even when they swear in what's her face?
Yeah, who are you going to give it to? Not anybody in this Justice Department.
Right, exactly. Right. So we may not see the real contents of that. Right.
That's fucking crazy.
But you know what? I always think too that this administration is so stupid and bumbling and idiotic that they would leave stuff in there that they haven't got. You know what I mean? Because they're just dumb. They don't get qualified people. They make mistakes all the time. We just don't know about it.
There's no question. Look at Jessica, our baby girl, says, "You look beautiful today, Lana."
Oh, thank you. That's so
What,
sweet.
are you kidding me? Lana acknowledged earlier today she knows when she gets out of bed she looks good.
So not true.
She said, "I'll clip it and I'll play it." But anyway, Lana, speaking of more unbelievable fucking nonsense, imagine the Biden administration and what the news would be if he said to them, "All of the news organizations, you have now got to report on any military actions of this administration in a positive way, or we have to approve it in some way, and you need to sign this." Well, they did this with every news organization. The good news is, Lana, every news organization said, "Okay, now you could go fuck yourself."
That shit's wild. Like, that shit's wild.
I want to know what Fox News would be saying if Biden administration said, "You need to sign something that says we need to basically approve what you are reporting about our military."
Who's got time for all of that? Like,
they do.
Apparently.
They do, because what the fuck else is Pete Hegseth doing?
I mean, Kristi Noem wanted the airports to announce that the flight delays are due to.
They have. Some airports refuse to air it, but some airports have that in their airports.
That's like, if I don't know, even if I didn't follow politics,
right?
like that.
Radical left in the airport.
I would be like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? Like, seriously, like, that's just the dumbest thing ever. Like, who does that?
Yep.
That's nuts.
That is nuts. However, the one thing that does bother me, though, if the Trump administration sues you, then these assholes will settle and give him $15 million and $20 million so they can put it towards his fucking presidential library and put it towards all this other shit and bow down to cases that most attorneys have looked at and said, oh, these news organizations would have won easily. But they still settled and wound up giving Donald Trump millions of dollars and giving the impression that these news organizations were lying about him. That's dangerous. I don't know why the fuck they did that. But, Lana, something finally that I saw in media the other day that made me go, my God, do this every fucking time. This is the vice president of the United States with George Stephanopoulos on the Sunday morning show. And I'm telling you, Lana, I played it so many times. It brought a smile to my fucking face. Now, I hope I have a smile on my face for the rest of this fucking guy's term because this is how it's fucking done.
Media reports that Tom Homan accepted a bribe. There's no evidence of that. And here's, George, why fewer and fewer people watch your program and why you're losing credibility. Because you're talking for now 5 minutes with the Vice President of the United States about this story regarding Tom Homan, a story that I've read about, but I don't even know the video that you're talking about.
The vice president read about, doesn't know about it, but if you listen to him, he's going to make a final assessment on it, even though he hasn't seen the fucking video.
Meanwhile, low-income women can't get food because the Democrats and Chuck Schumer have shut down the government. Right now, we're trying to figure out how to pay our troops because Chuck Schumer has shut down the government. You are focused on a bogus story. You're insinuating criminal wrongdoing against a guy who has done nothing wrong instead of focusing on the fact that our country is struggling because our government's shut down. Let's talk about the real issues, George. I think the American people would benefit much more from that than from you going down some weird left-wing rabbit hole where the facts clearly show that Tom Homan didn't engage in any criminal wrongdoing.
Before George gets to his point here, Lana, this is clear that they have let these assholes control the narrative and control how media is going to react to them for way too fucking long. That's why this right here is exactly what they need to do from now on. It pissed me off every fucking time when douchebags like this would come on to their shows and go, this is why nobody's watching you anymore. This is why you're a far radical leftist. And you just sat there and go, thank you, Mr. Vice President, for coming on. This, Lana.
It's not a weird left-wing rabbit hole. I didn't insinuate anything. I asked you whether Tom Homan accepted $50,000, as was heard on an audio tape recorded by the FBI in September 2024, and you did not answer the question. Thank you for your time this morning.
No, George, I said that I don't.
Next, we'll be right back.
Goodbye. Goodbye. That's exactly how it's fucking done. I don't want to see any other journalists do anything. If they're going to sit there every fucking interview and say dumb shit, like you radical leftists, and this is why nobody watches you anymore. Nope. You're getting cut the fuck off. I don't care who you are. We're not playing these fucking games anymore with you people. But you know what? Unfortunately, Lana, they will play those games with those people because that will continue to go on. But George Stephanopoulos had the balls to fucking step up and finally say something like that, which I fucking loved.
Right. It's like the Republicans say the same thing. Like all of them, they get the memo and they say, like you said, radical left. That's why your stations fail. Like that's straight from Trump's mouth. It's like he went into Trump's mouth, took those words, and it just regurgitated. I'm like, what's wrong with you, dude? You called him a Nazi.
Right. Everybody says the Democrats are calling him Nazi. The first person I saw call him a Nazi was J.D. Vance.
Exactly.
And then I saw one of his press conferences today when they asked him about, he wouldn't take a question from ABC because the way he talked to George
Oh,
Stephanopoulos.
oh, poor baby. A bunch of
People,
confident cowards, man. That's just how the whole administration is like, oh my God, I don't like your question. Next. Like,
yeah,
he's
yep.
not strong, man. He's a fucking punk ass.
Well, also too, Lana, he is feeling very self-conscious apparently lately about some things because he was asked whether or not he is going to heaven, and he had a very interesting answer. Lana, let's take a listen.
You had talked a couple weeks ago, you were doing an interview, and you talked about how you hope to end the war in Ukraine because it might help you get into heaven. How does this help? Does this help?
I mean, I'm being a little cute. I don't think there's anything going to get me in heaven. Okay, I really don't. I think I'm not maybe heaven bound. I may be in heaven right now as we fly in Air Force One. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to make heaven, but I.
What is that, Lana? Why? What? He's getting older. He had to take by the way, a second trip to a physical, which he already had his yearly physical earlier in April, but for some reason he had to do another one just a few days ago. Is he feeling a little I mean, is he coming to terms? What is happening?
Pedophiles are prohibited.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
That's one of the first things on the sign, right? In heaven. It's kind of like the swimming pool rules.
Yeah, it's pedophiles is in a circle with a band.
No pedophiles. Yeah. Somebody sent him a note and said, "Hey, buddy, I just want to give you a heads up. You're close. You're close to us making a choice where you're going, and I just want to give you. So you tell us, and you can fool those fucking dummies on Earth, but we already know what you do and what you don't do. So
exactly. He knows.
You might want to come to terms with it.
God, Jesus. Let's can we find out soon which way he's going? I mean, he, just for his sake, he wants to know too.
Let's for him. We're doing it for him.
Exactly. Inquiring minds want to know. Let's take some bets.
By the way, Lana, just real quick before we move on to the next thing, I want to make it clear. Notice I did not have one clip. I have zero interest in playing any clips of that farce of what they did at the Rose Garden today for Charlie Kirk because it's his fucking birthday. Get the fuck out of here. I want to say it again. This guy was a fucking racist podcaster. That's all he is. Why are we treating him like he was the fucking Pope? People, there is something here in Florida. Lana, in my town, they're talking about naming a fucking road after him.
Why?
I don't know.
Like
literally, libs, I guess.
What has he done? Like, what has he done?
No, he was a fucking clown. And by the way, he was a shitty debater. All he did was debate some college kids every fucking week. That's all he did. And then when he had to debate some adults, he got his ass handed to him.
They made him bigger than life. Like that. I mean, that's how crazy media is, right? Like you can make someone bigger than life. When you use those words like assassinated, he wasn't fucking assassinated. He wasn't anyone. He was friggin' murdered by gun violence.
Right.
He wasn't an activist.
No.
What? He just, like you said, he was a racist podcaster. He's not an activist. But those words that they used.
This is fucking nuts, man. This is just absolutely crazy. But speaking of crazy, Lana, we are now going to do a segment of the show called What the Fuck is Happening?
Oh, yay. Let's go.
Before I'm not even going to set it up. I'm going to play the clip, and then, Lana, there's two clips. But I'm going to play this, and then you tell me what the fuck's happening.
Sure.
But as far as issues that concern all of us, whether we're Democrats or Republicans, people right now are looking at everything through their wallet and their bank account, and they're going, the price of food has not gone down. They're saying rent has not gone down. Houses are still unaffordable. And now health insurance premiums are going to hike, whether you're on the ACA or having private insurance as well. They're literally going to go up for everyone. And I don't really care about the drama up here. I could care less. I really think we got to fix this issue.
Lana, before I before I ask you to comment on what the fuck is happening, do you want to comment now, or do you want to play the second clip and then just encompass what the fuck is happening in 2 clips, or do you want to do it in clip by clip?
Clip by clip.
All right, what the fuck's happening?
Steroids? Box
Possible.
bleach? Box
That's
bleach?
possible. Maybe.
She stopped shaving? No, I'm just kidding.
What's happening?
Her kids are complaining about
Is that what it is?
her kids. She said her kids were complaining that their health insurance is about to go up. So
is it basically what we were saying earlier? When it starts to hit home,
exactly,
and it starts to affect you,
yeah,
that's what the fuck is happening. Is that what we're saying?
That's
all right.
Exactly.
Let's play this second clip. I want to play the second clip, and we'll ask again what the fuck is happening.
Conservative, and as a business owner in the construction industry, and as a realist, I can say we have to do something about labor, and that needs to be a smarter plan than just rounding up every single person and deporting them just like that.
Right.
So, and I'm going to get pushed back on that, but I'm just living in reality from here on out.
Yeah.
And
what the fuck is happening, Lana?
Botox?
Well, you said it.
Botox?
Botox.
I don't trust that bitch. Like, stop.
Well, I was about to ask, do we trust her?
Hell no. Stop playing with me right now. She's part of the problem and why we're here in the first place. She voted for that big, beautiful bill, and now that the kids come whining about, oh, Mom, our cost of our health insurance, because she doesn't read shit. Now she's like, oh, shit, that coupled with probably her constituents are like lighting up her phone in her office. She's like, let me act like I'm something. I don't know. I don't trust that bitch. She's still racist.
All right. Let me play devil's advocate here.
Okay, cool.
Real quick. So the constituents, and I'm going to go by with what you said. The constituents are blowing up her phone and saying, hey, you need to take this more seriously. Did I hear that correctly?
Yes, sure. We'll go with that.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Now, is it fair to say that constituents are blowing up a lot of phones across the country to MAGA representatives, and either they are ignoring them, or when they even try to confront them at these town halls, they still try to fight them off and say, no, we know what we're doing. So I guess the devil's advocate question is there something to be said that she is speaking up for the constituents and not still trying to defend what's actually happening?
So is she up for re-election? Because Sean Harris,
I think a House representative, you could go as long as you want, I think, right?
Sean Harris is running against her. So I almost feel like she's in a ruby red district.
Now, keep in mind, these same people that we were speaking of, they're going to have elections too.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I don't trust her.
I definitely don't either.
Because it's like one meant like Josh Hawley knew that the big beautiful bill was awful, complained about it, right? But the minute Trump gets his claws in them and says, what do you need? Who needs a job in your family? Who can I get a job at Google as a CEO? Blah, 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 blah. Okay, good. And then now Josh Hawley's signing on. Like, I feel like that's all it takes, right? Like, she's complaining about it now. But, if she had to sign something, she would vote again. You know what I mean? With her party. She's not going to vote against her party. Her speaking out is not causing her to vote against them right now. She's just she does want the Epstein file, but that's something different.
She did sign on to that too. So she's one of 4 election officials, and she's steadfast about it. So here's the thing. I'm never going to be a fan of hers. I'm never going to. And you want to believe that somehow she has gained a conscience. There is a part of me that also believes that she's, what is the term, Lana, butthurt. And the butthurt part about it is that there is this big thing between her and this other cuckoo clock, Laura Loomer. And Laura Loomer is close to Donald Trump, which I'm thinking there's a possibility she's jealous of this relationship and she's not getting in as much as Laura Loomer is. So now she's like, oh, well, how do I get back at them? I'm going to start siding on the other side.
She is up for re-election. So maybe she's doing that so it looks good that it looks like she's fighting for her constituents. She's up for re-election.
But at the same time, there's never been a danger of her losing in her district.
I don't know. I cannot say that she's having like some consciousness thing, but you know what? You could be right. She could be, but
I'm not saying that she is either. I'm just playing devil's advocate. That's all I'm saying.
That's fine. Like I just see like next week she'll be doing some other shit. Like, so I don't know.
I agree.
I cannot even.
I would not be shocked if next week she's talking about Joe Biden or some dumb shit. Who the fuck knows?
Yeah, like, okay, this is great that she's saying what she's saying. Good for her.
Yeah. Yep. All right, Lana, let's end the show with a final clip here. And I saw this clip and it just made me smile. And it is Don Lemon found a gentleman out on the streets and was interviewing him. And I don't know if the clip needs much setup, but let's just play it, and I enjoy it.
Say I got a freedom of speech regardless of what Donald Trump thinks. I can say what the fuck I want to say.
What do you want to say to Donald Trump?
Fuck Donald Trump. Die from natural causes. Pam Bundy an idiot. Christy Nome ugly. Fuck Donald Trump. Get the fuck out of our city. Basically, quit racial profiling people, and I just hate all this shit. I hate them.
Why is it pissing you off so much?
Because they racist. I know deep down it's all like some racist shit. You see the shit all over the news and all over the TV saying this dumbass shit they saying that day and all this dumbass shit they doing and shit. Once I rolled past here and saw people protest the shit, I don't know. I just want to be heard. They just some fucking idiots, man. I don't know. There ain't really no other way to put it. They racist. And they don't like me and I don't like them. And, they got a problem with a motherfucker like me, but they love Charlie Kirk. Like, what the fuck? Charlie Kirk's a piece of shit. I don't get no fuck. I got a job, too. I don't get no fuck. Dox me. You better not pull up where I be at. Charlie Kirk running around saying stupid ass, racist ass shit, all type of dumb ass shit. They call him a patriot and he was a piece of shit. He was a racist. He said if he see a black pilot, he wonder is he qualified. He a piece of shit, bro. Like, he the one said that a couple gun deaths is okay for the Second Amendment. He said that shit. Then when he get shot, we all supposed to cry. He was talking shit the minute the bullet hit his neck. He's still talking shit. His stupid ass wife still out here being racist and trying to throw Super Bowl shows. They dumb as hell in Bad Bunny, Puerto Rican. They don't even know he American. They just racist. Like, they just see, he's brown. He just racist, bro. So fuck all of them.
That might be the interview of the year, Lana.
So this is what I mean about people being woke and you don't realize that they're woke and paying attention, right? Because you look at this brother and ain't nowhere in the world that you would have thought just some average dude on the street knew Charlie Kirk, knew Christy Nome, or Kirsty, whatever the fuck her name is, no Bondi, know all of the shit that they're doing and saying. Like, he is getting news from somewhere. that's what I'm saying about there's people who we don't think are paying attention, but they out here they're listening, right? Like I know we're in some fucking media loop bubble shit where local shit we're not getting news, but I would have asked him like, where the fuck's he getting his news? Because I'm impressed that he knew.
And Lana, the way he expressed it may not be the same way we would all express it, but it's kind of like that spirit animal thing. That's almost exact. Like, what word would you change in that whole way that he expressed it?
Yeah, he knew it all. He was laying that shit down. You want to dox me? Pull up.
Yeah. That's why I say that too on my fucking live all the time. It's like, I fuck Charlie. This whole Charlie Kirk, like I got bound out. I'm not rooting for anybody to die that way, but don't fucking force Charlie Kirk on me. Like I need to praise him or I need to pray about him and all that shit. It's a fucking call my job. I don't give a fuck.
His wife don't even care. Stop playing. That bitch ain't shed a tear.
No, it's that she does dry her cheek a lot with
not a real tear anyway.
She's drying it down here, but the tears come from here. So I'm not really sure what she's doing.
Like, stop playing with us
They're
right
all
now.
fucking full of shit. They're all drama queens. They're all soap opera actors and actresses.
Exactly. She probably couldn't wait for that dude to go somewhere.
No question. And there's a whole backstory about her. We could talk about that all night.
Oh, right. How she got kicked out of that country because kids ended up missing. Is that the story?
Yeah, right. Yeah. And forget about us. I mean, people on the far right are saying something's very off about this whole fucking thing. And you know what? We'll let them handle all that shit. Again, I'm not going to fucking wrap my whole world about Charlie Kirk the same way I didn't wrap my whole world about Israel and Palestine. So that's that. But other than, like I said, Israel, Palestine, didn't like the way people were being killed. Same thing with Charlie Kirk. Didn't like the way they were being killed. But fucking Israel and Palestine was going on before I was fucking born. So, I mean, come on. Anyway, Lana Quest, it is always great to see you. Great to hang with you for a minimum of an hour on Tuesday nights. Lana did her show. By the way, the Quest show is the hottest show on YouTube. Just like Donald Trump says, this is the hottest country in the world.
Probably, maybe. Probably.
What?
I said probably, maybe. That's how drunk.
Probably, maybe.
Probably.
Donald Trump is right. It is the hottest country in the world, but that is due to climate change. Lana's show on YouTube is the hottest show on YouTube because it's Lana. So if you're not watching the Quest show, certainly you've heard people talking about it. But now you got to get people to start watching. And the way to do that is to follow her show, subscribe to it, and then tune in on Saturdays live. And if she's not there, you can watch the fucking replay like I'm going to do, because now she's doing it on College Football Saturday. And Lana knows I love her, but it's very difficult for me to get in the Quest show on College Football Saturday.
No, that's fine. It's difficult for me to just do it on Saturdays. This is hard.
So please, the Quest show, right? That's all it's called. You could go to YouTube and put in The Quest Show and subscribe to it. What are you doing?
R.I.P. D'Angelo.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yes, D'Angelo passed. And Diane Keaton.
Yeah. Oh, my God. What the frick?
It comes in threes. Can we cross our fingers for the third one? Can we do a prayer circle?
Gosh, a prayer circle.
Whatever that is, I don't know.
Hold hands.
But all right. Anyway, Lana, thank you for being you. Thank you for joining.
Thank you.
We will be back next Tuesday night. And are you going to be on Saturday? Do you know yet?
I don't know.
That's the best part.
Hit that notification bell.
That's my favorite part, is not knowing whether or not she's going to be on, because then it's you wake up Saturday, it's like Christmas, and you're like, did Santa come today or not? You go out. Sometimes presents are under the tree. Sometimes they're not.
No, we can't all be as consistent as Brian. Brian's really good at consistency. I just show up.
Yeah, she just does her thing. So, and I love it. All right, Tina. Tina. I was going to say diva is what I was going to say because you're a diva. Lana, you're the best.
Good night.